you're new or you're back again, it's love, it's family, let the fun begin.
We're here to connect, bring joy to your day. Style, soul, and stories in a unique way. From New Orleans roots to the world we inspire. Every click, every view takes us higher and higher. This is your space where you can feel free. A community built with authenticity. So grab your coffee, hit play and unwind. Your seat at the table is one of a kind.
Like, comment, subscribe, it's your time to shine. Be part of the family, one of a kind. Whether it's your first time or you've been here before, we've got so much love waiting for you and more. Mocha's Nola Bells, where the queens unite. Serving Southern charm with a touch of that spice. We're about that love, we're about that style. Come along for the ride and stay for a while. Mocha's Nola Bells, it's the vibe for you.
If you're new, pull up, make yourself at home. This is where we vibe, where the bells have grown. And if you're returning, thanks for coming through. We wouldn't be here without queens like you. We're serving you content that uplifts and inspires. From beauty and life hacks to chasing desires. This is more than a channel, it's where magic begins. Together we rise, together we win.
Like, comment, subscribe, it's your time to shine. Be part of the family, one of a kind. Whether it's your first time or you've been here before, we've got so much love waiting for you and more. Mocha's Nola Bells, where the queens unite. Serving Southern charm with a touch of that spice. We're about that love, we're about that style. Come along for the ride and stay for a while. Mocha's Nola Bells, it's the vibe for you.
Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Every little click shows how much you care. We're building this space, making something divine. Welcome to the Bells, you're already in line. So if you're new, welcome, glad you stopped by. And to the OG fam, you're the reason we fly. Hit that button, subscribe, and come back again. It's Mocha's Nola Bells, where the magic begins.
Where the fuck she at? Say it loud! Naziah Harris!
Mocha and the Nola Bells just pulled up. Big body bitches, Roxy, Annette, Shannon, Marquita. Where the fuck is Naziah? Hey, where Naziah? That baby was 13. Told her teacher I need to talk, then dipped off the scene. Sick on the floor, y'all ain't even blink. Now she gone and we demand a link.
Where the fuck she?
She cried for help.
So sad.
Y'all played it small. Whole system call. Y'all let that girl fall. CPS fake.
That's fake.
The school ain't care. Called y'all up. Nobody was there.
We see.
Now she missing. Now y'all press. She been dying inside while y'all just guessed. You failed her. Jarvis locked.
Lock 'em all up.
That's just a start. He know the dirt. He played a part. Shannon, sis, that's still your blood. You sat back till her time was up. Annette, Roxy, Marquita too, y'all moving funny. 4 fat bitches equal dummy. All them calls, all them signs, but y'all kept capping. All of y'all getting time. Annette, you mean spiteful witch? Let that baby suffer with a known-ass pedophile, bitch. Who's that? Nah, Marquita, y'all slow head twins look like pain, bitch. This ain't never gonna end. Y'all cap real bad, posting online. What did y'all do? What did she say to you?
No, BK.
I need to talk. That's all she said. Nobody did shit. Left school and that was it. Not saying you did it, but y'all ain't innocent. Where the fuck she at? Mocha's Nola Bells, we ain't finished. Roxy popped up. Bitch, sit down. know the dirt, he played a part. Shannon, sis, that's still your blood. You sat back till the time was up. Oh, family sick. Annette, Roxy, Marquita too. Y'all moving funny. 4 fat bitches equal dummy. All them calls, all them signs, but y'all kept capping. All of y'all getting time. Annette, you mean spiteful witch? Let that baby suffer with a known-ass pedophile bitch. I need to talk, that's all she said. Nobody did shit. Left school and that was it. Not saying you did it, but y'all ain't innocent. Where the fuck she at? Mocha's Nola Bells, we ain't finished. Roxy popped up like she been fam, wanted to be seen. GoFundMe's, balloon games, t-shirts, flyers, y'all moving strange. Say it loud, Naziah Harris, only 13. She deserved love, not damage. This, that platinum plus pen for justice, for fire. And this pressure, it don't expire. We not done. We
Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. So happy to see you all today. We're back here with another one. We're back here with another one, and I want to welcome each and every one of you here. You know, being here at Mocha's Unfiltered, being a Nola Bell, being here, everybody's somebody. All opinions matter. We listen. We pay attention. And then we talk what we see. We talk what we hear. This is what we do here. I hope everyone hit that like button on the way in. Those of you who are out there knocking and waiting to come in, go ahead on in and subscribe. Make your way on up in here, because it ain't nothing but a party each and every time you come on up in this place. So guys, we're deep diving some more. There's rabbit hole. There's rabbit hole. It gets deeper and deeper by the day. And the more the days pass by, the more skeletons fall out. The more bodies fall out. And we were only here to bring the news. We didn't create this. We were only here to bring the news. So I ain't the one y'all want to be turning your lips up and being mad at. I ain't her. Be mad at your goddamn self for bringing it out here. But before I get started, let me speak to my people so we could get this thing started and do what we do and make it happen as we know we should. Because we ain't here for all night. We ain't. Because where we going, this is going to be a series. Christian, hey sis. Good, beautiful evening. Hope you're doing well and the family's still blessed. What lies in the secrets today, sister? Christian, we're all fine. Thank you very much for asking, sister. Girl, there's secrets. There's secrets. Sister Fifi, hey sis. Kalea, hey baby. Hey Tracy, welcome to the chat. Sunday Mag, hey beautiful, happy Tuesday. Hi Tammy, welcome, welcome. Dr. J, my sister, hey. Hey Sandra, welcome. Sandra says, good evening, Mocha Mods in chat. Big Perm, we want to know where's Naziah. Big Perm, Sandra wants to know where's Naziah. And I'm pretty sure you could answer that question for her. And Sandra, I also want to thank you for that super sticker, my love. D D the Virgo, welcome, welcome. Angelique, hey baby. One love, welcome to the chat. Good evening, Mocha Mods in chat. Mocha, you the bomb. Thank you so very much, One Love. I appreciate that. Christian, my girl. Hey, sending positive vibes to everyone. Welcome, boo. Kimberly Earls, welcome, my love. Welcome. Hey, Red. Red said, I see the mods left thinking caps at the thumbs up door. I got mine. I hope everybody got theirs too, Red. Hey, Patricia. Tanya, hey, my love. Hey, Passion B says, I'm a new sub. Passion B, welcome to Mocha's Unfiltered, baby. Mo, welcome, welcome. Hey, Breezy, welcome, my love. Hey, Ann, welcome. Sylvia, welcome, welcome. Tracy Hicks, welcome. Shauna, my girl, welcome, welcome. Honey Gangster, hey, baby. Auntie Mo, hey, beautiful. Breezy Love, hey, girl. Hey, Debbie. Diane, hello, hello. Hey, April. April says, I love coming here. Girl, we're glad to have you here. Hi, Miss B. Welcome to the chat, my love. My girl, Mina. Hey, boo. Look at that damn red. I so look forward to the Mocha Show. Better than cable. Y'all ain't shit. Hey, Kenyatta. Welcome, sis. Hey, Kenya. Welcome, boo. Hi, Nick. Talia, hey boo, all the way from Ypsilanti. All right, girl, welcome back. Sandy Marie, hey my love. Hey, my niece Teasy, hey boo. Hey, Tracy Ellen, welcome. Rasha Thompson, hey, my beautiful sister. I love me some Mocha Unfiltered. Hey, chat family, you've been doing your thing, Mocha. Keep our kids safe and shout them out. Your songs are bomb as fuck. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Right, Patricia, where the fuck she at? Hey, Gina, welcome, boo. Miss Sean B, hey, sis. Hey, Mocha Nola Bell's chat. And yeah, you bushwhackers, thumbs up the live on your way in. Look at Jay. Hey, brother, how are you? My beautiful queen spirit. Hey, Melinda, welcome, sis. Hey, Jazzy, welcome. Hey, Essie. Ray of fucking sunshine, welcome, welcome. Hey, sister, no nonsense and Willie. Hey, Mika and Ellie. Hi, Black Diamond. All right, let's see. Ariana, hey, baby. Hey, Shalana, welcome, welcome. Hey, Novi, welcome, my love. Hey, Carla, welcome. Hi, Rosalind, welcome. Hey, Shay, welcome to the chat. Hey, Sister Sassy, welcome, welcome. All right, all right, all right. Sister Nene, hey girl. Hey, my sister Drea. Look at my little sister Chrissy. Hey, Chrissy. Hey, sis Top Flight. Hi, Michelle. Welcome, my love. Positive vibes. Welcome. Welcome to Mochas Unfiltered and the Nola Bells. Positive Vibes says, I'm new here and love your channel. Thank you so very much. Sister Rock. Sabrina. Hey, my love. Let's see what we're going to figure out today. Every day is something new. Every day. Miss Monas, welcome, welcome. Every day is something new, girl. Hey, Patricia Taylor, welcome, boo. Patricia's from Michigan, sending love from Michigan. Welcome, welcome. And we got Kimberly Cruz sending love from Denver. Welcome, Kimberly, welcome. Constance, welcome, boo. Listening from work. Okay, sis. Tracy SM, welcome, welcome. Hey, Nisha. Valerie Borns, welcome to the chat. Carrie Majors, welcome, welcome. Look at Travis. Hey, boo. Travis says, hey, Mocha. Big Perm is too sassy for me. He talking riddles and his tongue sound heavy, like it need a My 600-Pound Life episode, but he tell true lies. Travis, I'm laughing, but you're right. He tells true lies. That he does. Travis says tongue heavy and still telling true lies. All right, guys. I think I got everybody. No, I don't, because there goes my neighbor. Hey, Zilla. Hey, sis. Hey, Pam. Welcome, welcome. Pam is a new subscriber. Welcome, Pam. Miss Mona says, real is Royce and the best part unfiltered. Love you, Mocha. Miss Mona's, we love you more, girl. Sister Rock is inviting you all. If you're enjoying the content, grab a membership. John Tay, welcome, welcome. Hi, Mocha, new subber. I love your content. You keep it so real. Save the children. We're that one purpose, one mission. And we're all here for the same thing. Mocha's a voice, and my sister around the corner, Miss Parker's a voice, and so many other content creators out here have that voice. And we're all on that same mission. And that's to save the children. Be a voice for the voiceless. That's what we do. Tamika Lodge, welcome, my love. Hey, Tarsha, welcome, welcome. God damn, no nonsense. No nonsense said Willie home. But Willie out being a hoe right now. God damn it, Willie. NYC girl. Happy Tuesday, boo. Ooh, Sabrina, I don't know, girl. I don't know, sis. I've been so busy, I hadn't been in them streets. Charmaine, hey, sis. Charmaine, you done changed your name. Hey, sister. Hey, Sunshine, welcome. All right. Hey, Michelle Richmond, welcome, welcome, welcome. Child, okay, Mocha. It's okay, Tamika Lodge. I knew you were talking to me, girl. Hey, Marlene, welcome. Tarsha says she's new here. Tarsha, we welcome you, my love. We welcome you here. All right, let's go. Think we ready to get this party started? No, we ain't. Hi, Lovey Loving Books. A newbie, another newbie. Thank you so very much for subscribing to the channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, look, I know I could count. I could count. And Mika just told me there's 212 people here and only 48 likes. The math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. It don't cost you all nothing to hit that like button. As a matter of fact, it's free. It's free. And I'm sure you guys are here for something. Whether you love me, like me, or hate me, there's a reason you're here. And the least you could do while being here is hit that like button. And if you feel like you want to be a part of the party, part of the family, hit the subscribe button and come on in. Because here at Mocha's Unfiltered, everybody is somebody. And we're all welcome because we all have opinions. There are no big I's and no little U's. So hit the like button for your girl one time. Because I'm hoping you're here for the same reason that I'm here. We're here to save the children. Janet Douglas, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, guys. I believe. No, I did not, because look at Paula. Hey, baby, welcome. Talia say, Ypsilanti loves some mocha for show. Colette, welcome, my love. Larissa, welcome, welcome. Justice for Naziah, and that's where we are. Aries 1, welcome, welcome, welcome. Akeisha, my love, welcome. Sister Deidre, welcome. Capricorn Chronicles, welcome, my love. Overthoughts, salute, salute. Flex and Flash, welcome to the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, I think I got all of them hellos, and no, I didn't. Nikki Love, welcome, my girl. I think I got everybody. No, I didn't, because look at Thankful. Hey, Thankful, and my girl, Bertha. Hey, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. That's all. Here. God is, hey, baby. Hey, Shrell, welcome, boo. All right, here we go. 251 people in the chat. And I think you guys could do a little better than that with the likes. I'm sure you can. Because, we could discuss several things. We could discuss several things until those likes start liking, right? But would I do that to my people? Boo, banga. Hey, baby. Would I do that to my people? No. And it's quite all right because, again, like I said, you're here for a reason. And I'm pretty sure that you read the thumbnail, or you just saw the thumbnail and you're trying to figure it out. No need. Because in a matter of minutes, Mocha's going to tell you just what it's all about. Lori, welcome, my love. Miss Jackson, welcome, baby. Mocha's going to tell you exactly what it's all about. Now, since January, since the disappearance of Naziah, since it's been brought to our attention here on YouTube, every content creator that has a passion for saving the children, we've been deep diving, going in down rabbit holes. We've been doing a little bit of this and doing a little bit of that, bringing awareness to the situation. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Adjusted. Hey, Ocean. Bringing awareness to the situation. And as we try to bring awareness to the situation, the family, not all, but certain members of Naziah's family, has been running around YouTube spinning narratives and trying to throw wrenches in our wheels and, trying to throw us off of our path. Hey, baby, but we've been getting so close. And now that they know we're getting close, and we may not be as close as we think we are, it's just that we're exposing players that no one would have ever suspected to be a part of the game. So now that certain players are being exposed, content creators are becoming a target. And it's okay. Because if you're passionate about the mission that you're on, and you know you're doing it from your heart, and you know that you're seeking nothing out of it but justice for Naziah, you don't stop. You don't stop. You keep going. And as you speak your truth, you're also speaking Naziah's truth. She's going to forever protect you because you're her voice. So no matter what they do, what they try to do, we're not here for them. Because if it was left up to them, we wouldn't be here at all. Because they're the reason that we are here today talking about Naziah, because they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball. They failed Naziah. And here we are today. Now you all may be saying, Mocha, what are we doing today? Well, before Mocha could actually tell you all what we're doing today, thank you, Aries One, for that super chat, my love. She says, Mocha, thank you for speaking up for Naziah. That's all I got, sweetheart. You all may be wondering, Mocha, what does that thumbnail has to do with Naziah? Well, we're going to go down a little field trip, right? Because anytime we uncover a new player, we have to go back down memory lane. So where we are tonight, guys, I want you all to know, it all ain't going to be revealed in one night. We're going to have a little mini series with this, because this is what we're dealing with. Miss Parker, my sister, welcome, my love. So I'm going to start where I feel I need to start. And what we're going to do is we're going to go as far back as, for those of you who may not know, Evangelist Kenneth, he did an interview a couple of days ago with, or last Saturday with Miss Parker. Very interesting and disturbing interview, right? He sat there and he had something to say about everybody. He threw everybody under the bus. But Evangelist Kenneth couldn't be honest and throw his damn self under the bus. So since he couldn't, throw his own self under the bus, we decided we would look at some things and go backwards just a little bit. I'm going to take you all back. To the interview that Toot did. Tootie Uncensored. Shout out to Tootie. Tootie Uncensored did a interview with a young lady. She was a 20-year survivor of Jarvis butts. 20 years. She interviewed that survivor, and during that interview, she spoke her truth. And she spoke her truth as she lived it. And also as she remembered it. This conversation was deep, y'all. And not only was it deep, it was also very troubling. It was also very troubling. Right about now, y'all, I want y'all to know that Naziah is exposing people. So many people, when I tell y'all that Pandora's box has been opened, it's wide the hell open. It's open. Skeletons and bodies are falling out everywhere. Everywhere. Y'all may be wondering, okay, Mocha, what does Toot's interview have to do with your thumbnail, girl? Well, Nola Bells, I tell y'all what. Be patient. Listen up. Take some notes, and together we're going to hop on this trolley and ride down Bourbon Street. One thing we know, Jarvis Butts has been a menace to society for a very long time. And we're here to bring the news as it uncovers. So far in this case, we know that Jarvis is being held in custody without bond in reference to the disappearance of Naziah. Right now, we know that Jarvis is being charged with first-degree premeditated murder. Jarvis is also being charged. Child. Jarvis is also being charged, guys, with trafficking and prostitution. Of a minor. We know that. Mocha, what does that have to do, girl, with that thumbnail? I'm going to get there. But we have to go back and look at Jarvis for who he is, right? Because it's almost beginning to look like being a pedophile was a drug of Jarvis's choice. And doing these acts was his high. We go back to having to understand that at the age of 13, 14 years old, Jarvis was molested by a grown-ass woman. He was molested by a grown-ass woman. So being molested at 13, there was no turning back from that. Jarvis was a 13-year-old running the streets of Detroit. Didn't want to listen to his grandmother because he wasn't raised by his mother. His mother was a lady of the streets. She was out there getting high and getting it however she lived was how she was getting it. So Jarvis' mother left him and his siblings in the care of her mother. Jarvis was being raised by his grandmother. He didn't want to listen. So at the age of 13, Jarvis took to the streets. How does a 13-year-old survive in the streets of Detroit? Jarvis had no education. Jarvis was just out there. He was just out there. Right? So we have to think, with Jarvis just being out there, somebody, somewhere took Jarvis in. Somebody, somewhere took Jarvis under their wing. Right? Jarvis did not overnight become a pedophile. Jarvis did not overnight become the monster that he turned out to be. Jarvis ran into a bigger monster. And the monster that Jarvis ran into, they groomed him. They gave him shelter and they fed him and they gave him a couple of dollars here and there. And they let Jarvis play with them long enough to see if they were able to trust him within their operation. So they had Jarvis running out there crazy. They taught Jarvis whatever they wanted to teach him of the game. They didn't tell him everything. They told him just enough to keep them out of hot water. But Jarvis wasn't smart enough to recognize that. So as Jarvis' life continued to spiral, the bigger pedophiles that Jarvis hooked up with got to a point where they really introduced Jarvis to the game. So now Jarvis is out there hustling, thinking he a little pimp. So he's grabbing little girls from here and there, and he got these women with this low self-esteem, because he had a type. He had those type of women looking up to him. So with those type of women looking up to Jarvis, Jarvis Butts went on through life thinking he was somebody. As Jarvis Butts went on through life thinking he was somebody, Jarvis was making babies all across Detroit. He didn't just stop at one or two. As of today, Jarvis got 20 plus children out there. Ain't no man in his right mind is going to have them many children out there if there wasn't a reason behind it. See, Jarvis done got all caught up in the game now. He's been groomed. He's been taught. He's looking at how the operation goes. He's looking at his boss. So now, Jarvis running amok. So Mocha, what are you saying, Mocha? Jarvis didn't act alone being a menace. Jarvis had help. And today, as more skeletons fall from the closet, I can 100% say, no, he did not act alone. Yet, he's the only one being charged or has been charged in the disappearance of Naziah. Now, let's talk about the interview. Let's talk about the interview of his 20-year survivor. Let's get there. Let's get there. And as we get into it, just know it's triggering. It's sensitive. And together we will get through this. One brick at a time. And just know that the survivor of Jarvis Butts, when she told the story, one thing she did point out was that after it happened to her, she left Detroit to never look back again. Was DPD notified? Of course they were. Once she escaped Jarvis Butts, they were notified. But DPD handled it 20 years ago the same way they handling the Naziah situation right now. The paperwork is still sitting on a desk 20 years later, but our trauma is forever. And her story is very telling. And we're in a space where now it's time for everybody that's involved to take their fucking lick. And I do mean everybody. Because it's more, it's so much more. It's so many people involved in this shit, you all wouldn't believe. The young lady started by saying that when she met Jarvis 20 years ago, she was 18 years old. She was 18, y'all, when she met Jarvis. She met him on a chat line. At the time, she was living in Saginaw, Michigan. She was living in Saginaw, Michigan. She said, when she finally met Jarvis Butts face to face, well, no, she said as she was talking to him on the chat line, he appeared to be very normal and natural. She and Jarvis talked for a while. They met up eventually. Prior to them meeting up, they made plans to go away together for a weekend. Just a weekend. Jarvis came to Saginaw, Michigan. Jarvis met and interacted with her family. He presented himself as a decent man. Her family did what a family was supposed to do. They wanted to know where was Jarvis taking their daughter, how long they would be gone. How can I contact you if something happens to my child? The family got a phone number from Jarvis. They even took a picture of his license plate of the vehicle he was in, which was a white van. And the van that Jarvis was in It was one of those vans. Y'all remember those good time vans? The good time vans with the curtains. Mm-hmm. Jarvis picked her up in a good time van with the curtains. Now, Nola Bells, here is where it's very important to listen so that later you're able to dot your I's and cross all your T's. She said they prepared to leave. She gets outside and the van is parked out there. Jarvis opens the door and she gets in the van. Inside the van, Jarvis has a driver sitting in the driver's seat. 20 years ago, that would make Jarvis 21, 22 years old. What the hell is Jarvis doing with the driver? Mocha, that ain't none of your business. Just know he had a driver. So Jarvis is being chauffeured around, y'all. That's the first key piece. Jarvis is being chauffeured around. I want y'all to remember the van, and I also want y'all to remember the driver. It's two key words right there. She said they left Saginaw. They get outside of a city that she didn't know, and she didn't know it because the van had curtains, and Jarvis made certain that the curtains remained closed. She said when they finally stopped, she believed that it was the home of the driver. She wasn't certain. But she knows that the stop was made between Saginaw and Detroit, but definitely after Flint. Then she went on to describe the driver. Remember the driver, guys. Mocha, where you going with this shit, Mocha? And what does that thumbnail have to do with anything, girl? She went on to describe the driver. She said that the driver was a him, meaning it was a man. But it was a man that looked like a female. It was a man that was dressed or tried to look like a woman. She said he had red hair and he had bangs and Mocha, what you said? Red hair and bangs. Girl, that's what she said. So she said when the van stopped, the van stopped at a house. She said she noticed that the house that they stopped to, she just said, oh, Lord, this man is very wealthy. So let's go back to the van, the driver, that red hair. Evangelist Kenneth, Big Perm. Bring your lying ass here and tell us where you were 20 years ago, sir. 20 years ago, Big Perm. You lied on Miss Parker's panel and you exposed everybody. But you didn't expose your goddamn self. Let's talk about it, Big Perm. How did you meet Jarvis, Big Perm? Because you told a lie on that too. And I'm sure, Big Perm, you met Jarvis through Lady. Lady was out there in the streets. Lady introduced Jarvis to the Harris household. And Big Perm, you were hanging around the Harris household at that time. Were you not? Were you not? So as time went on, Big Perm, let me finish my story. And Big Perm, I'm going to give you a chance to get another lie straight. So she says that, Big Perm got his womanish looking ass out of the van and went into the rich looking home. Big Perm and Jarvis is in there for a short while. Then they come out. Big Perm proceeds to drive towards Detroit. He proceeds to drive towards Detroit. Jarvis then gives Big Perm instructions to take her to the spot where she'll be working at. Then Jarvis pulls back the curtains and tell her, "This is your spot, bitch." She said she notices a red building. That red building has been a staple throughout this entire case. A red building is always popping up, but we didn't know what the red building was until the 20-year survivor told a story. That red building, they had prostitutes around it. And at this point, she knew it wasn't looking good for her. They pulled off. And they proceed to the house, which we later discover was the house that Jarvis was raised in by his grandmother. So the family home that Jarvis was raised in, that he didn't want to reside in as a little boy, he used it as a stash house. A house where he stashed victims. She described that house as being raggedy. She described that house as being raggedy as hell. Yet it had working utilities. She said she remembered the conversation on their way to Detroit, where Jarvis called her a bitch and told her that once they got to Detroit, she was going to clean his fucking house. She described once they got there and she's walking up towards the house, there's a black gate. There's a black gate on the porch that Jarvis needed a key to unlock that gate to enter that porch. Y'all remember King? Y'all remember King asking Jarvis if he had a key to the gate? Do y'all remember King asking Jarvis, did he have the key, or where was the key to the gate? There are many players here. She said the screen door and the entry door to that home had no door handles. All had padlocks to enter. She pointed out a few things in regards to that house. We know that it was a filthy mess upon entry, because she said it. Then she said this: as nasty as that house was, Jarvis' bedroom was beyond immaculate. Beyond immaculate. To me, that said a lot, but I'll continue. She also said that there was a door, y'all. She said it was a door leading to a basement. And then she remembered nothing else. She remembered Jarvis specifically telling her to never, ever go near or attempt to open that door. She went on to say how she recalled times of taking a shower and hearing voices of people coming from behind that door. There was nothing she could do or say because he had forbidden her to touch that door. So she had no way to escape. But in her gut, she knew what it was. She couldn't escape because the doors to that house, they were all locked with a key from the outside. And all of the windows had bars on them. So fast forwarding, y'all. She said Jarvis had no intentions of letting her go back home to Saginaw. She said Jarvis told her she was there to make him some goddamn money. Now at this time, here it is, 21, 22-year-old Jarvis, thinking he's a pimp. He said that he was going to have her dance and do things for his friends that he would invite over. So at this time, she's looking at him crazy and she's feeling within. She's about to be trafficked. That's what she's feeling. When others became involved, she really knew it was a trafficking situation. At this point, she's fearful for her life, y'all. She thought back to the day that she left Saginaw with Jarvis. The day she left Saginaw with Jarvis, her family had slipped her a cell phone. She thought of that cell phone in that instant. She had not yet put the battery in that phone. The one time that Jarvis left and locked her in that house, she retrieved the phone and she called her family, told them what was going on. All they knew is they had to get her out of there. She couldn't explain to them where she was because, poor baby, she did not have a clue. So together they came up with the story. Together, her and her family came up with the story that she needed to be home right away because they were taking the baby to the hospital. Her parents kept blowing Jarvis's phone up, demanding that he bring her home right away. So eventually he gives in out of fear. I'm sure it was out of fear. He didn't want his cover blown. It was fear because Jarvis knew these people had his phone number, his license plate number. I'm pretty goddamn sure they had a picture of him too. He said to her, but I'm going to get you out of here. But you have to promise me that you'll come back. She said out of fear for her life, she agreed to come back. But in her heart, she knew goddamn well she was not going back. She said the coward that Jarvis really was, he didn't bring her back to Saginaw. Jarvis drove her to Detroit Greyhound Station. He got her there and she said he walked away with her ID, knowing damn well she needed an ID to get on the bus. But neither here nor there. She made it back home to her family, safe. Right? She made it back home to her family safe. But she spoke of that driver. And she painted the picture of him as vivid today as she had seen him 20 years ago. She spoke of the rich house that she said that house was so rich it was a glass house. Child. She said that driver went into her house and she just knew those people were rich and wealthy and that house was made of glass. Mocha, where are you going with that? Where are you going with the house rich and made of glass, Mocha? Big Perm, again, I'll call you for the second time. Big Perm went on Miss Parker's panel. He said a lot of things. The story she told, the 20-year survivor. She described the driver with the red hair wanting to be a woman. Big Perm sat on Miss Parker's panel. And Big Perm, nobody made him say it. Nobody asked him for it. Big Perm volunteered and said he was Jarvis's driver. He had a white van and he would take Jarvis to work and take Jarvis where he had to go and take care of business. Big Perm, I'm only repeating what you said. I'm only repeating what you said, Big Perm. And Big Perm, the same white van. The same hair. The same want to be a woman when you know you're a man. Big Perm, 20 years ago, how could she describe the very you today if it wasn't you? So here we go. In the vote. In the vote, ladies and gentlemen, there are pictures. Big Perm. Before I get to the pictures, let me say this. During that interview with Miss Parker, Miss Parker asked Big Perm, before the interview was fully over. See, I'm going to break that interview down. I'm going to go through all Big Perm's questions, but we got to do this a little bit at a time. Big Perm was asked at the end of that interview, could you tell us the name of the pastor and could you also tell us the name of the church? While Big Perm sat there and told on everybody, that tongue was so heavy and he was so eager to throw everybody off the bus and under the bus. Big Perm didn't realize he was telling on his damn self. Big Perm gave us the name of the church. Big Perm also gave us the name of the pastor. Well, how do you know? How do you know? Interesting enough, the same glass house that 20-year survivor described. We received pictures of that glass house on yesterday. Big Perm. That glass house does not belong to Frank. That glass house belongs to none other. None other than the pastor. We looked at pictures of the glass house. Now, when we looked at pictures of the glass house, this is what I want y'all to, we're going to take this one step at a time. The glass house belonged to the pastor. Not only did the glass house belong to the pastor, hear me and hear me well, there were some very eerie things that I saw within that glass house, and I'll get to it shortly. But before I get there, this is what I want y'all to focus on. I want you all to remember when the 20-year survivor says there was a door leading downstairs, and when she went to take a shower, she heard voices. And Jarvis forbade her to touch that door. She didn't know if it was runaways or if it was children that he had been captured somewhere and they couldn't escape. But she heard the voices. I want y'all to remember that. The pictures that I received of the glass house, the picture is loaded with children, all under the age of maybe 11. I give it 11. In the glass house. This church, Big Perm, you did it. And just like they kicked them that ass out the church, they need to kick your ass out, because now you done brought attention to the church. But that church, ladies and gentlemen, not only are there pictures that's revealing the most distasteful and the more disgusting things with children, but that church has doctors. That church has police officers, midwives, you name it is there. There are pictures of little girls. Little girls under the age of 8. And I want y'all to hear me well. Under the age of 8, they got them dressed up with wigs on. Blonde wigs, and they got their legs crossed like they're ready for the night. Blowing kisses at the goddamn camera. So clearly that church is full of lonely ass women with no men in their goddamn lives, and they're sacrificing their children. Who does that? Back to my theory with Naziah. Back to my theory. See, I'm all over the place right now. Back to my theory with Naziah. When I said to you all, follow me and follow me well. When I said to you all that Naziah got off of that bus that day and she went home, Shannon knew she went home. Shannon called Jarvis and told Jarvis, toot her home. King was a fucking lie on that stand talking about they went to AutoZone to get a part. They left from that shop and they went to Shannon and they picked Naziah up. So Shannon knew Naziah was with Jarvis all that day. Shannon was upset that Jarvis kept Naziah out as late as he did. She was already mad that Naziah was carrying Jarvis's baby. When they got back, Shannon beat the shit out of Naziah. Shannon beat the shit out of Naziah, right? Not only did she beat the shit out of her, they delivered Naziah's baby. I want y'all to go along with me. If you don't agree, that's fine. But this is what's in me. I believed in Annette's house they delivered Naziah's baby. That's always been my belief. And what confirmed my belief? What confirmed my belief is when I saw what stood in that church. You got police officers. We got a midwife. A midwife, y'all. Why? Why is there a midwife in the church when in this day and age, hospitals are readily available for everybody? Why is there a midwife in the church and pointed out as a midwife when there are hospitals readily available in this day and age to give everybody the proper care upon delivery of their baby? If you look at that compound of that church and right next door to the church, and that's why I tell you it's a compound, right next door to the church is a recovery center for, it's called a felony recovery center. Make it make sense. Something eerie is going on. Something very eerie is going on. And for Big Perm to sit on that panel during his interview and says, Jarvis is a scapegoat. Jarvis didn't do this. Big Perm, how do you know? How do you know? Y'all, it's so much I want to say, but it's got to take baby steps in this. It's so much that I want to uncover, but I got to take baby steps in this. I'm only reporting what I hear, and I'm reporting what I see. Don't shoot the messenger. This shit is beyond sad. And I can't believe for the life of me, normal people, hard-working citizens of Detroit, got shit like that going on in their neighborhood, around them. If any of you ever remember seeing Ruthless, if any of you have ever seen Ruthless, this archbishop, that's what he calls himself, an archbishop. This archbishop is living his life like the highest from Ruthless. And these old ass women, because there's no young women, I've not seen no young women in that church. Seen a bunch of old ass women. Old women and little bitty girls. This man is running this shit just like Ruthless. If it ain't a cult, somebody needs to tell me something. I've never seen no shit like this in my life. And we wouldn't have to be discussing it. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, Big Perm. Because now, you too have allowed more skeletons to fall out. So this shit ain't new. That same house 20 years ago that survivor went to, that same house exists. And if what Mocha is saying is factual, no, let me say this. If what Mocha is saying holds no weight, if what Mocha is saying is not true, why is it that last night when we were in here discussing it, because as y'all know, I don't post videos and I don't post pictures. I talk what I see. I sent everybody to see what I saw. And as they were going to see what I saw, made me understand why the good archbishop started wiping his page clean last night. All the pictures of the little girls. The pictures of the little girls that I was calling out and describing and telling them to go and look at. The page got wiped clean. The pictures started disappearing. Why? Why? If you ain't got nothing to hide, and you're a man of the cloth and you're living right and you're why? Why? NYC girl, I just saw your comment, babe. And that same story that you're talking about, we talked about it. And she hired a private detective to look for her daughter. The private detective says, yo, what I'm speaking on right now is a whole different story, but very, very similar. Her mother, her no good ass mother too, allowed her to be impregnated by the mother's boyfriend at the age of 13. They did an in-home delivery at 13 years old. No epidural, no pain medicines, no nothing, just took it. When the girl got old enough, she felt empty. She went on with her life and moved the fuck out of Detroit. When she moved states over, she went to Texas. It was in her heart to find her child. She knew it was a baby girl. 18 years later, she had a private detective. Private detective came to her last year with good news. He located her child. But he located her child, y'all. And he said he located that child in Detroit, in a church. But they couldn't just go to the church and get her, because it's a cult. He said that the girl's daughter was being raised by two pedos. One was in prison. When he said that her daughter was being raised by two pedos and one was in prison, my mind initially went to Jarvis butts. Last night, the chat was on their investigative shit as well. The chat came back and the chat was telling me about the criminal history of the pulpit pimp. Make it make sense. This shit here, you cannot make it up. You can't make it up. This is ridiculous. And what's sad is they're protected. When you got police officers, people that Detroit, y'all paying these police officers salaries, but they're included in bullshit like this. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, Lord. Child. Oh, Lord. Y'all, this is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. And all I can say, oh, G. Jamel, hey, love. All I can say, y'all, we can't make this shit up. We cannot make this shit up. Talia, you say you need the link, baby. Look at the top of the thing. I got it pinned. I pinned it up there. Oh, Lord. I'm coming to some of y'all comments. We gonna talk about this stuff for a little bit. And like I said, I can't give it all to you in one night. I gave you just a little bit. I gave you just a little bit. And the little bit that, hey, Auntie Loretta, I gave you all just a little bit. And then we're gonna bust this shit wide open. But you had to be fed just a little bit first. This shit is going to take, oh God. But yet, Evangelist, Big Perm. Big Perm could come out here and throw everybody under the bus. But Big Perm is not saying the role that he played. Do I believe Big Perm is touching children as well? That's Mocha's belief, and you can't change that. Do I believe Big Perm has motives? I do. Could it possibly be that Big Perm is still trying to protect the tribe? Is Big Perm still trying to protect the tribe by coming out here and speaking with a heavy tongue and telling half truths? Do I believe that 20 years ago it was Big Perm? I do believe. I do believe. But yet, Big Perm is out here lying. He's lying behind the evangelist title. Erlene says, look at that red hair on the big back. That's what the girl described. Of course. Of course. It's a dead giveaway. It's a dead giveaway. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. And that's what's happening, NYC girl. Naziah shaking all them motherfucking boots. She's shaking them. She is shaking them. And right now, everybody running around with their with their thumbs up their ass because they don't know what's coming out next. They don't know what's coming out next. This shit is unreal. And I've always said, always have I said, Larissa says too many skeletons in the closet, can't keep it closed, it's going to keep falling out. Larissa, and that's a fact. I've always said, guys, not just today. Hey, Kimberly, welcome, boo. I've always said, Jarvis ain't smart enough to run such an organization on his own. Jarvis has help. Mocha, do you believe Frank is involved? Hell yes. Hell yes. The church is involved. It's a trafficking ring. Because I'm also confused. How is it that you charge a man with first-degree premeditated murder and also charge him with trafficking and prostitution? Who told you he was trafficking and prostituting her? Did Naziah tell it to y'all herself? So where does it come from? Make it make sense. Something ain't adding up. And I believe it's dirty money under the goddamn table that's being moved around that's making them charges stick. Them charges gonna stick on Jarvis' ass, or so they think. And if they can't make the charges stick, Jarvis won't survive. I promise you that. How the hell do you charge a man with premeditated first degree, and in the same breath, you're charging him with trafficking and prostitution? Okay. Who did he kill? Did he kill somebody, or did he pimp them out? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Hazel says, Hazel Red, hey baby, welcome. Hazel Red says, I've been watching you guys and y'all been doing great. New subscriber to you, Miss Parker and Shank. I watched you for a while now. Welcome, my love. Sherry says, the lady with the story, remember the red wig? It was definitely Kenneth. Sherry, huh, we've discovered it. He can't keep lying. That heavy-tongued bastard cannot keep lying. He can't keep lying. And the reason why Evangelist Big Perm is caught up in this pedo ring, because Evangelist Big Perm plays with children too. Evangelist Big Perm plays with children too. Now we gonna call a thing. Let's call it all a goddamn thing. He's not innocent in none of this. I don't give a damn how much he called on the Holy Ghost. Make it make sense, you nasty bastard. You play with children. Because it's very evident. It's very evident. How do you deny that? You came out here with all them far-fetched stories. And you want to throw everybody under the bus but your goddamn self? You could do better, Big Perm. You could do better. Hey, Nisha, welcome, boo. Red fucking Sunshine says, Lord, this rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper and deeper. And it is. And it is. I said that when I came here. My voice is not for satisfying you grown ass rotten people that hurts and abuses children. My reason for being here is being a voice for the children that you motherfuckers hurt. No way, no how does Naziah deserve to be a conversation. Y'all robbed that baby of her youth. Y'all never gave her a chance to live and observe what life could really be like. Looking at all Naziah TikTok videos, Naziah had a bright future. And whether it was with Jarvis or not, for as sick as Jarvis is, in a sick fucking way, Jarvis loved Naziah. And I could get deeper with that. But y'all know that what I say, and I'm talking to our family, didn't know the truth on that one. And Shannon couldn't stomach it. Naziah was going to be everything you bitches could never be. Her mama ain't shit. Because her mama was part of that ring. Big Perm ain't shit because Big Perm watched her mama play it out. So Big Perm don't bring your ass here with that bullshit like you innocent. Or like you're so godly that we're supposed to overlook it. None of you hoes ain't shit. Y'all failed every child that was in y'all fucking custody. How do you lay there as a fucking woman and birth a child and feed it to the wolves? You got to be some kind of low. And to let the likes of not only pedos, but look at Big Perm. Take a fucking good look at Big Perm. Would you allow that around your dog? He looks scandalous. Who does that? Lil exactly. Exactly. I believe Big Perm touch. I believe Big Perm touch Vari. And I believe not only Big Perm, I believe Big Perk, Big Perm. Big Perm dated Florentino, Annette's son. See, I was going to save that for another day. Y'all getting bits and pieces, but we're going to have a whole class every day until we get to the bottom of this shit. Big Perm dated Annette's son, Florentino. You look at, and Annette is a sick bitch. Because at that time, Big Perm was way into his 20s. I wouldn't even, maybe his early 30s. Florentino was standing on side of Annette in that picture, looking like he's every bit of 10, 11, 12 years old. Big Perm, you ain't shit. Annette, you ain't shit. Detroit, you ain't shit. How many other households are going through this shit? How many children? How many children are locked up in that glass house? How many children are behind the walls in that church, laying in that bunk bed? Make it make sense. What church do you guys know got beds lined up in there? I'll wait. That grandmother, that mama, that old ass lady who dressed that little girl up and groomed her to sit on that fucking bed with that lopsided ass blonde wig on and pose for the camera. That old bitch need her ass whipped. Who does that? Who does that? But yet they're following the man of the cloth. And if you look at those little girls in those pictures that they're grooming and priming up and got them posing for the camera in that church, they all look like they borrowed the pastor's wig, the pastor's white wig. They all look like they borrowed a wig. Because in every picture, she got the same wig on her goddamn head that the little girls are wearing. And let's not talk. Y'all remember when Shannon was posting pictures? See, I'm giving y'all something to think about, because when y'all going to have a little homework, because when we come back, we going to class. Y'all remember Shannon posting pictures? Y'all remember Shannon posting pictures about how proud she was? She bought Jarvis some new clothes to take his daughter to the father-daughter dance. Y'all remember that? How many of y'all remember that? How many of y'all remember Shannon dressing up this nigga for a father-daughter dance? Let's talk about the father-daughter dance. Normal people, we thought the father-daughter dance was at a school, because that's where it's normally at, right? Make me understand why the good archbishop had a father-daughter dance at his church. I have the video. The children are dancing. The room is full of grown-ass men from all walks of life. All walks of life. Every color you think they could be. The little girls is in the middle of the floor dancing, and These old ass men standing around and the little girls have masks on, y'all, like they're at a masquerade ball. And these old ass men are taking pictures of these little girls like they were on an auction block. Is that of God? Then you got Big Perm all on a good Archbishop Facebook page calling him daddy. Whew. No, it's not up. Desperate Sacrifice is definitely not up. This Big Perm is calling a man daddy. I don't get it. Don't get it. This shit is not normal behavior. This is not normal behavior. Detroit is going to be a city full of little boys. All the little girls are vanishing. Y'all looking for y'all neighbor, go to the church. That's where she at. She at the church. I've never seen no shit like this. Never. But they want to be mad at the messenger. And yes, Auntie Mo, he's calling all the kids. All the little girls at the church, he call them his grandkids. He comes out live and says, I love all my grandchildren. From Ohio to Michigan to Texas and Florida. Don't y'all know? Those places are all the biggest trafficking hubs in the world. The children. You're telling these children that this is normal fucking behavior. Mm. No way. No way. But he also have ties, y'all. Good brother, pastor, preacher man. He has ties in the great state of Ohio. And as far as we know, since this case has started, Big Perm has lived in Ohio. Eric Gamble lives in Ohio. Naziah's crackhead mama at one time was in Ohio. So what's really going on? What's really going on? This is some nasty work. This is truly some nasty work. Sabrina said, yep, I'm with you. I figured out who the driver of that van was that was dressed like a woman, but definitely a man. Don't take much. All you got to do is listen. Hazel Red says, love y'all for real. I believe y'all guys are on fire with your homework. You got to do it. You're doing it for the children. Flex and Flash says, and she had a child that age. How sad and sorry. Exactly, Flex. Hey, Shanier, welcome, boo. Hey, Dom. Carla says they say hurt people hurt people. Carla, true enough, that's the saying, hurt people hurt people. Jarvis didn't have to live a life of hurting people. Jarvis was a menace to society and didn't want to listen to his fucking grandmother. Jarvis could have stayed home and been somebody that was recognizable in society like his siblings. Jarvis got out there and became wicked. Jarvis got that nasty spirit in him from that old ass woman that molested him at an early age. Then Jarvis went running out there and got caught up with some bigger pedos. And those are the people that hurt Jarvis. So Jarvis is a small fish in this moving organization. And I want y'all to think about it. Don't ever think these people ain't in other content creators' chats and in their bushes like they're in mine. Last night was very telling. We spoke on it, and in less than 5 minutes, their pages were wiped clean. So if they're able to wipe evidence clean like that fast for the world to not be in their business, maybe it's true what Big Perm said when he said Naziah is still here and they're looking in all the wrong places. That's what he said. So as fast as they wipe those pages clean, who knows if they ain't moving Naziah around just as fast. I said what I said. And says that woman should have been put under the jail messing with the child. This is why Jarvis is the way he is, and that part. That part. But Detroit is so fucked up, and she didn't go to jail. She did not go to jail. Let me tell you what happened with that was. To my understanding, according to her son, her biological son, and he has a disdain for his mother. He can't stand her. Because when that took place between his mother and Jarvis, he became angry at his mom because the mama got pregnant. The mama had a baby by Jarvis. Jarvis became a father at the age of 13. That was his first child. And CPS came in that house and wiped her children out. And that was then police, no charges, nothing happened to the lady. The only thing that happened is she lost her children. Miss Sean B said, Mocha, you got the congregation at our feet. They're in the bushes. Definitely in the bushes. Definitely in the bushes. Hey, Wilma. Chenier, my love. Thank you for that super sticker, my love. Patricia said, yep, them streets raised Jarvis. And they did. Between the streets, the auto body shop, the church. That's where he got his just dessert at. This shit is sick. Flex, that's exactly what happened. They used Jarvis to lure in other victims. And see, it goes back to what I said earlier. Jarvis wasn't smart enough for this shit. He wasn't. This shit is sick. Laurie says, I don't like Jarvis, but Shannon should be in jail too. Laurie, We ain't gonna just stop at Shannon, babe. Of course, hey, Stanford mom, Lori, we know Shannon should be in jail, Lori. I agree with that 100%. 100%. Because Shannon is the reason that Naziah disappeared, right? But Lori, every character that's been exposed, they all got dirty hands. All the hands been in the pot. And if Jarvis got a charge of trafficking and prostitution, you got to also understand how many of these nasty ass old men that's within that organization didn't touch that child. And we don't even have to go as far as that. Let's look at Big Perm. Let's look at Big Perm. Because if you listen closely at Big Perm, like I said, Big Perm was throwing everybody under the bus. They all had us out here believing that an autistic man touched Naziah, and because the autistic man touched Naziah, they had to move. I believe Big Perm lied on the autistic man. And I do believe that Big Perm not only touched Naziah, I believe Big Perm also touched Vari, and Annette knows all about it. Because 40 years old and autistic, and you'd have touched my cat, you'd have touched my dog, bitch, I don't give a goddamn how autistic you were. You were going to jail. So why was the autistic man not arrested? If he was of no relation to the family, that means. Big Perm lied. Lalisa says with all the women and children he was juggling, I honestly don't know how his tallywhacker worked. Lalisa, that's a good question. But Lalisa, look at the women. Look at the women. Miss Parker says, Shannon, bring your hard on the face ass here. Yes, ma'am. Her too, Miss Parker. They're all part of this shit. Thankful. Welcome. Thank you for becoming a new member. Sassy says, Laurie, I don't like any of the misfits. Not one of them. Mika says, was he groomed like a slave? Because during that time, they found the finest male slave to reproduce and make babies, creating more girls and boys they could traffic. Jarvis would not be a good one. Girl, they didn't give a damn. Jarvis wouldn't be a good specimen. They didn't give a damn. Rock says Jarvis the fall guy. He did not act alone. Did not. Rock did not. Did not. Did not. And right about now, Ms. Parker said, monster butts women, all you bitches come here. Come here. Ann says, I sure hope the courts have a space for the rest of them. Annette needs to be worried that they don't call Evangelist to the stand against her. He knows a lot of her secrets. Evangelist knows it all. And he's lying behind the word evangelist. He knows it all. That's right, Sherry. She remembered that red wig. A big sloppy sissy. A big nasty, wet, thick lip hanging lip, thick tongue ass nigga wants to be a goddamn woman, walking around here touching fucking children and lying. If you don't go sit your bad cross-dressing ass down with them ugly ass hairdos. NYC girl said, is this why rat teeth pedo Jarvis looking scared under that mask? Because he want to tell on people too. NYC girl. I believe he can't tell on the people. I believe NYC girl. I'm going to tell you what I believe right now. I believe that this shit has been exposed so bad. For one, that's one of the reasons why they kick Annette out of the church. They didn't want the heat. Now, I believe, and this is only my belief, and I'm entitled to it. I believe they're going to do what they can to silence Jarvis. Jarvis got a story to tell. But we have to ask ourselves a question. With all the heat that's coming down right now, will Jarvis ever tell his story? Will Jarvis ever be able to willingly tell his story? Because I believe they're going to silence him. One way or another, I believe they're going to silence him. Patricia said so many involved like crawdads in a bucket. Patricia's a lot of them, baby. Right, Mika? She said he had good conversation. Jarvis had buttered it up. Sabrina said, yep, she met him on a chat. Someplace Evangelist claimed he met the girl. Sabrina. The same, see, thick tongue. Sabrina. Big Perm is a liar. Because the same place, the girl said she met Jarvis on a chat line, is the same place where Big Perm says he met Florentino. Sassy says my heart really went out to her, especially knowing that she had kept it in all these years. Sassy is, and it's still eating her up. Wolf in sheep clothing, exactly. Exactly. The kidnapper van. This is some sick shit. Let me go down in this chat some. Positive Vibe says Jarvis weird as fuck. Pulling up in a van for a date. Positive Vibe, he couldn't walk. Jarvis ain't had no vehicle. Remember, Jarvis ain't even had a fucking life. Jarvis was being groomed in school to do the dumb shit he was doing. And he got a big bitch sitting in the front seat with a goddamn wig on. These motherfuckers work sloppy. And that's why they're being exposed right now, because they're sloppy with their shit. Hey, Wayman, welcome. They're sloppy with their shit. Big Perm was the lookout. Exactly, Sabrina. And that's where he earned them AK to pay the rent. But Big Perm thought he was just talking. Nobody was gonna pick up on what he was saying. He was just talking. Ms. Mona says, oh my God, you guys, it'd be the balance of Ms. Parker and Mocha for me, especially where I'm at in life. Ms. Mona's girl. Tarsha wants to know, so was the travel in red 20 years ago? I don't know, Tarsha. I don't know. Miss Sean B say, Mocha is embodying Patti LaBelle right now with a mic right now. She's owning it. So we got to tell a story. Sis, you know we got to tell a story. Got to tell that story. Naziah deserves it. And I thank God for content creators that don't mind telling the story and not cutting corners and not sugarcoating shit to satisfy those that got a problem with the truth coming out. If y'all had a problem with the truth coming out, then y'all should have done something to save that baby, and we wouldn't be here today. Naziah didn't deserve it. No other child that's going through this, that we're reading about, that we're hearing on the news about, they don't deserve this shit. If I lived in Detroit, I wouldn't let my child go out to take the garbage out. I wouldn't let my child go walk to the car alone, letting on the bus stop. Do the church have a bus that they ride through the neighborhood and pick up little children at will? So imagine, guys, how many more Jarvis butts they got running around in Detroit doing the work of the devil. Doing the work of the devil. Jarvis lays up with these big, bad body, bad shape, low self-esteem ass women. But Jarvis preys on the children. Because the children in the black market is worth more than these bad body bitches could ever be. And when you look at these little girls in that church that was dressed up like street ass women, dressed up like they were 16, 17 years old and posing for the camera like that, on the black market, at that age, they're worth more money. Come on, Detroit. You got to do better. You got to do better. Clinton says it seemed like Jarvis' demeanor changed after they left the rich house. He probably went in there and got high. Clinton, exactly, because she said she didn't know who he was. He turned into somebody totally different. NYC girl says, so was Jarvis' sister living in the grandmother's house? Because she looked like she knows more than she's telling. NYC girl, hang tight. Toot asked the survivor to describe the layout of the house. She described from the time she set her foot across that threshold, she described every area, every being of that house. The only part of that house she could not describe is what was behind that locked door in that basement. Toot said, could anybody else verify what you said? You know, does anybody else know about this house? Survivor said, of course, his sister. So, to me, with her saying the sister, right? Is it possible that the sister may have been there at a time or two while Jarvis had her locked up in there? Sister knows more than she's telling. They all know more than what they're telling. Ann says they can't say the woman is lying. When Tooth found the house of where the woman said Jarvis took her, and it's accurate, it was accurate. Hey, these baby, hey, my love. This shit is wicked. And yet we wonder why the world is full of corruption. We wonder why the world is full of corruption. Flex and Flash says, Flex, you heard her say that chicken on ice in a bucket. But he a pimp. Shit. Hey, PJ, welcome, boo. And says the voices that lady heard was probably Jarvis victims. Child victims of Jarvis to pimp out, right? And she said they weren't crying. They weren't screaming for help. And they probably were not. They probably weren't. They had been there that long. And they knew it was no escape from them. All that shit was a setup. That's right, Patricia. And he had a gun on her at all times. She couldn't do shit at all. But he was a big bad man though. Shit. Hey, Pookie Poo, welcome, boo. Right, Red. Thank God she had a family with some sense. If Naziah would have had that same type of family support, if Naziah would have had that same type of backing, like the 20-year survivor, there's no way we will be sitting here right now holding a conversation that we're holding. Naziah would have a story to tell. She would definitely have a story to tell. But instead of her having a story to tell, Naziah was let down by a bunch of lowlife, disgusting ass women that all lived under the same roof with her at the age they were. They all was competing for dick from the same man. Dick Shannon had, Dick Marquita had, Dick Annette had. Now you big grown bitches, y'all had it first. And now y'all all feeling some type of way because a 13-year-old that took all three of your man. Can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. You just can't. Renee says Mocha done unlocked the back door to Big Perm and the chocolate family operations. Oh, it's some nasty shit. Terrific. Hey, sister. Flex says, Lord, help this family. Let everyone involved get their portion. Flex, it's enough for all of them. It's so many of them involved. They all gonna get it. God ain't finished. And he damn sure ain't pleased. Especially with Big Perm. You big bastard. You walking your ugly ass around here with that, you look like you got a snotty nose all the goddamn time. With your big thick ass lips. Stop playing with God, nigga. Welcome, Miss Jaylyn. Welcome, my love. Stop playing with God. Miss Mona said this is beyond anything I ever heard on TV. Girl. Patricia said, Pastor, what you gonna do when he come for you? Because you ain't exempt. You ain't exempt. But then the idea of Detroit, the citizens of Detroit, and their tax money, paying salaries for DPD, and then in a church with a house of pedos. You can't make this shit up. We got snapshots and pictures of them posing with this goddamn man, with little children all around. How do you deny that? Hey, Miss Coins, welcome, baby. Renee says Evangelist and his counterparts are ravenish wolves that are not even in sheep's clothing. You better say that. Red said 100%. I believe that baby is here as well. Me too. Me too. Milky Way girl said, you remember? I said they have midwife in some churches. Milky Way, the proof was in the pudding last night when I saw them pictures. There's a midwife in that church. Antoinette. 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 That's all, Antoinette. That's all I can do is say your name. Antoinette, I don't even want to read your post, girl, because you're so funny. Debbie said, yep, all the protection and authority they need to keep it on the down low. Cult operation. It's a cult. It's a damn cult. Milky Way girl says, I grew up in one of those types of religions. Trust me, the perversion gets deep. And what's funny is Big Perm introduced the net to that church. Big Perm introduced a net to that church. So now we gotta wonder, how long has Big Perm and Annette been knowing one another? Even after Big Perm relationship ended with Florentino, Big Perm still remains a part of that family. Miss Detroit said it just had a big family shooter. Girl, I saw that. They just had a big family shootout over a missing girl. As of now, on the news, I saw the family shootout where they was fighting over a will, over what a grandma or the mama left. That's ridiculous. Detroit got to do better. Ann says Annette probably cursed Big Perm out for doing that interview. No more freebies for him. She didn't curse him, Ann. And I believe they sent Big Perm to do that interview. And Big Perm got excited because he was on a stage. And that's the first time he got that much traction in a long time. They sent Big Perm to distract us. And when the panelists started talking, I think they tripped Big Perm up. Big Perm didn't know whether he was coming or going. And he had to prove a point, so he started answering questions and not knowing that they was pulling his ass down that rabbit hole. He was telling on himself all the time. So I hope y'all don't think we finish here. Debbie, exactly. This shit is a straight carbon. Hey, Jennifer, this shit is a straight carbon copy of Ruthless. Straight carbon copy. Miss Detroit said it all makes sense now. It's all connected. And when he said Naziah is hiding in plain sight, they're just looking in all the wrong places, and then he laughed. Then he laughed. The fuck? Rock said some churches have midwives because they teach that demons are waiting to jump into newborns soon as they are born. So midwives bring them into the world instead of heathen doctors, allegedly. Okay? Okay? I can buy that. I can buy that. I sure can. Red says, I highly doubt that the bishop is in control of that page. Somebody watching social media for him. Shameful. Whoever the fuck watching it, they wipe it clean. They wipe it clean. Desperate Sacrifices said, I saw this very similar thing happen in another missing kids case with church involved. The churches are doing too much, but they're hiding behind the church. These people are calling themselves pastors and opening up churches to do all the devil's work. They're doing all the devil's work. They're being exempted from taxes. They're getting all free government money. And they're doing sick shit like this in the name of the church. I wonder how many tunnels exist. I wonder. These people have just opened the gateway to hell. They have truly just opened the gateway to hell, because it's far from over. This is only the beginning, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. And said exactly, and Big Perm was throwing everybody under the bus to hide the fact that he was playing with children too. Ms. Mona says, and like we're grown, we know what distractions are. Look at what they sent our way. Exactly. A distraction. A distraction. And I will not be moved, not by a distraction. Ms. Mona says Frank and his family money, and his family money, best believe they got the money plus the connections. It's deeper than him. It's deeper than that. Christian says, Mocha, you're 100% about wiping accounts and social media clean. I went on an account and pulled up 4001 14th Street, the church. It's crazy what I found. I can imagine, Christian. We go talk about it later. I can imagine. Patricia says Jarvis is the fall guy, and if he snitches, that's going to be his end. Patricia. Exactly. He's the fall guy. So now he's the sacrificial lamb. If Jarvis opened his mouth and say anything, that'll be the last anybody I ever hear of them rotten teeth. Them rotten teeth will never utter another word again in life. Animo says we don't listen to judge. We listen to investigate, and then we judge, and that's a fact. Sassy says, what do you actually feel like he's lying about? Or is he just not being as honest about the organization and, most importantly, his part? Child. Who says who you talking about, Big Perm? Because Big Perm lied about so much. So much. D. Walsh said, Mocha, when all Naziah wanted to do was be a kid, that's it and that's all. Naziah was a beautiful child, D. Walsh. Very beautiful girl with a very promising future. Her mama wasn't shit. Her mama let her down. Her daddy wasn't shit. He deserted her too. And then he gave her to the monster. And now this is where we are. Tony says Big Perm thing he talks about Naziah Harris case is funny. And he uses Evangelist in front of his name. And Tony, that's going to be his demise. That's going to be his demise. Hey, Marley. NYC girl said Naziah was about to expose them that day at school. She was tired of them monsters. Yes, yes. Naziah had enough. She had enough. And guys, this conversation could go on forever and ever and ever. I promise you it could. And this is only part one. It's a series to this. This is only part one. I came out here tonight to give y'all something to think about. to give y'all something to think about. And we're going to come back here every day. And we're going to break all this shit down little bit by little bit. Because I promised myself I wasn't staying more than 2 hours a night. Because when I got here an hour, maybe 45 minutes before I was due to be live, I've been in the streets all day. So we're going to be here. We're going to come back. We're going to do what we do. We're going to chop it up. We're going to expose these truths. And Mocha's going to bring you just a little bit more. Like I told you, I only touched the surface tonight. I will bring you all a little bit more. And then we could start naming players. We're going to not only name players, but we're going to name the roles they play. And we're going to look into the church. We're going to look into the glass house. Because that's a priority. Because if you ask Mocha, that's where it starts. And then we're going to talk about where Mocha feel it ends. And I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out here tonight. Thank each and every one of you for becoming a member to the NOLA Bells. Thank each and every one of you. Sandra, my love, thank you for that super sticker. Kelly, thank you for the super sticker. Aries, thank you, my love, for the super sticker. Nisha, thank you for becoming a new member. Shanier, thank you, my love, for that super sticker. Thankful, Sassy, Podcast is a member for one. Hey, Podcast. And Nobi, my love, thank you for that super sticker. I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much because you guys pour into me. And if that would be no you, there could be no me. I wouldn't have a voice to do what I do if I didn't have the support from you all. Drea, my love, my love, my love. Thank you for that Cash App, my love. You guys are my motivation. You guys allow me to come out here and do what I do. Ms. Buell asks one question. Did the church take all the pictures down? The majority of them are gone, Ms. Buell. Morgan says, what if the glass house is an orphanage of sorts? Morgan, it's not. It's not. Ann says, Mocha, thank you for the great content as always. We are grateful to you and for you. Thank you so very much, Ann. I love you guys. I love you guys. And guys, if you could be so kind to please hit that like button. Mocha only need 50 more. If you could hit that like button on your way out, I would truly appreciate it. Mocha loves you. We will be out here tomorrow, same time, with part 2 of uncovering the truths of Big Perm. Big Perm got a story to tell, and since he won't tell it, we're going to tell it for him. We'll be out here with part 2 tomorrow, guys. Oh, Dr. J said we need 55 more. 55 more. Guys, I appreciate you all. I want to thank my mods for being so awesome and so attentive and so loving and welcome, as always. As always. God bless you guys. Justice for Naziah. Justice for Naziah. And we're going to continue to say our name until we get the results that are satisfying to us. Because the route that they're taking right now is not very satisfying. Not very satisfying. And I wish God's blessings upon each and every one of you as you go to your respectful places. And we're going to get out of here tonight with Where's Naziah? Love you guys.
Hey, where the fuck she at? Say it loud.
Naziah Harris. Mocha and the NOLA Bells just pulled up. Big body bitches, Roxy, Annette, Shannon, Marquita.
Where the fuck is Naziah?
Jarvis lock 'em all up. That's just a start. He know the dirt. He played a part. Shannon, sis, that's still your blood. You sat back till her time was up. Annette, Roxy, Marquita too. Y'all moving funny. 4 fat bitches equal dummy. All them calls, all them signs, but y'all kept capping. All of y'all getting time. Annette, you mean spiteful witch? Let that baby suffer with a known-ass pedophile, bitch. Who's that? Nah, Marquita, y'all slow-head twins look like pain, bitch. This ain't never gonna end. Y'all cap real bad, posting online. What did y'all do? What did she say to you? No BK. I need to talk. That's all she said. Nobody did shit. Left school and that was it. Not saying you did it, but y'all ain't innocent. Where the fuck she at? Mocha's no labels. We ain't finished. Roxy popped up. Bitch, sit down. Like she been fan, wanted to be seen. GoFundMe's, balloon games, t-shirts, flyers. Y'all moving strange. Now you say it loud. Naziah Harris, only 13. She deserved love, not damage. This, that, platinum plus pen for justice, for fire. And this pressure, it don't expire. We not done. We not done. We not done.
Good night, everybody. I love you. Justice for Naziah. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, same time. Love you all. God bless.